Richard Mckinney, he was Marine, he was Force Recon, he was overseas during 9/11. He developed this like unbelievable hatred for Muslims. Even the guys in his unit were like, hey, you gotta calm down. I believe he got injured and then he came home. He's from Muncie, Indiana. At the same time, the Muslim community in Muncie was growing. There's this wonderful woman who created something called the Muncie Islamic Center. She brought in over 157 Muslim refugees into America. He was seeing more and more Muslims in the community. It was driving him crazy. So he devised a plan to go and blow up this Islamic Center. He built a bomb. When he walked in there, he was met by that woman, Bibi. She greeted him in this way that he had never seen before. She invited him, she gave him a Quran. He thought that he was gonna find proof in this Quran that all these people just wanted Americans dead. That's just what his mindset was. So he felt like he had sort of won, so he decided to leave that day and come back still with this plan to blow up the Islamic Center on a Friday where there would be 200 people there. Then the woman invited him into her home and cooked for him. Now, years later, he's a devout Muslim. He's the president of that Islamic Center.
Whoa.
And they are like family.
It's just amazing that one person who is of considerable character and love can change the way that guy thinks about things.
And I had both of them on the podcast.
I was happy that I was able to invite these people and invite him to just talk to them.
Did the plan end that night?
The hatred was gone, and it was gone quickly. It just raised a lot of questions.
What questions?
You were going to blow this place up, kill all these people. 2 months later, you're okay.
What does that tell us about all these people out there who are being led by their fears, their hatred? There's something to that. Once you make that little shift, you're actually, what the hell? I can't believe that. Of course, that was so stupid.
I've been called a hero several times, a lot. BB's the hero. They're the ones that created the change. It was because of their actions, because of their love for me as a human being. And that's what I was missing. I did not have love for humanity. I did not have love for human beings. It was so much easier, like you had said earlier, so much easier to hate and be mad than it is to be nice and show love. I took the easy way out, and that's what I was doing. They changed my mind. It makes you think change is possible, man. Yeah, 2 months. Wow, that's crazy.
At some point, you decided, hey, I want to join this faith.
And that had to do with reading the Quran.
Okay.
And getting the explanations, coming across certain verses. One of my favorite verses, or actually it's considered a chapter, even though it's very short. To me, when I read it, explained coexistence. And basically what it does, it tells, I don't believe the way you believe, you don't believe the way I believe. I will never believe the way you believe, and you will never believe the way I believe. You go your way, I go mine. That's it. Done deal. And I'm reading that, and I'm thinking about these extremists, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is telling the exact opposite of their actions. And I love this. I do. This has hit me, and I love this. I want to be a part of it. So I actually go to the mosque, and I go there with the intent that Friday to make my conversion, to say Shahada, your declaration of faith. And I tell them, I says, I'm ready to be a Muslim. They just stood there, and they looked at me, they looked at each other, and they looked back at me, and they go, no. And I never forget that, because I'm like, well, so much for that convert or die thing, huh? Wow. And they said, brother, you have much more to learn. And I says, don't we all? And they looked at each other again, and they're like, he got us. All right, come on.